Don't bear with me. I've never done it before, and I'm as nervous as a one-eyed Betsy bug. There's not enough time to stand here and tell you what a wonderful brother Bobby was to me, Joanne, Tommy, and Dennis, and an awesome uncle to our children. Bobby was such a simple and laid-back guy and had a heart of gold. He was one of a kind. He never was out to impress anyone, except later on in life. I think that changed because he started dressing hip, changed his hairstyle to look like a surfer, started getting tattoos. He always said, "I'm a mess." He was self-taught, hardworking, and wasn't afraid to try different things. Bobby was born to be adventurous. Well, I remember when we were kids, we'd ride off on our bikes and look back and Bobby was gone. He would see something that interested him and he'd take off the other way. We spent half our time looking for him. We used to call him Nosy Bobby. He had to be in everybody's business. He was also the biggest tattletale. We couldn't wait to catch him doing something that he could run and tell on us, and being able to keep a secret was not in his vocabulary. So Bobby, I'm telling on you today. When he was a teenager, he became a dumpster diver. Because he made the old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I remember one time he found a $10 bill in a dumpster. Bobby was so talented that he could take a piece of junk and make it into a beautiful piece, and he told me that it drove Linda crazy. Mom and Daddy worried about what kind of lifestyle Bobby would have, because he was always doing weird things, working weird, odd jobs. The weirder, the better. In fact, we all worried about him, until he fell in love with Linda, and married her on March the 10th, 1973. She then became his beautiful soulmate for 46 years. She grounded him and gave him responsibility by having a family with two beautiful children, Amber and Andrew, who are the love and light of his life. But after they left home and he retired from UPS after 30 years, he picked up where he left off. Exploring the world in his camper, but this time Linda was by his side. And we'd have to reel him back in. Thank you, Linda, for loving my brother. He made me laugh all the time from the stories he would tell me. I always said, Bobby, it could only happen to you. I really don't think Bobby tried to be funny. It's just the way he told his stories that made me laugh. He would mispronounce words that made him so funny. When we hugged, he usually gave a hard pat on the back, and he'd always say to me, "What are you trying to do, burp me?" He loved shopping at Goodwill. In fact, he bought his first suit to work for the funeral home at Goodwill. Going out to eat with Bobby was like being by yourself because he stared at everyone with no conversation. It's a good thing he knew where his mouth was because he never looked at his food. On one of our many trips to Alabama, I told Bobby to let me drive because he was tired and weaving all over the road, but he insisted he was fine. Well, we got pulled over, and he told the police officer that we were only drinking Dr. Pepper and singing gospel music. He also loved karaoke, as all of you know. Well, we didn't get a ticket, but as we drove off, he said, "See, I told you I wasn't weaving." Like you were wrong. That's how he earned the name Bobby Weaver. He told me a few days ago while he was in the ER that he was so cold that he asked for a warm blanket, and the nurse told him they didn't have any. He said, "I told her, you can't fool me, lady. I worked at St. Luke's for 2 years as a transporter. I know you have some." It wasn't supposed to happen like this. I thought Bobby would outlive us all. He used to tell me that when I died, he could fix my hair and makeup. And I told him not to put makeup on me. That's when I decided to be cremated. We always laughed so hard, he always said he was crazier than a one-eyed Betsy bug. When I was working in the public, He sent me a picture of him driving the hearse with the casket. And said, you should have customers like mine. I can talk to them and they don't talk back. Bobby wasn't afraid to die because he was around death every day and said it was him. He was more afraid of getting into trouble with Linda because he wasn't taking his medication like he was supposed to. He told me he had a blood test a few weeks ago and it came back good. So he told Linda, see there, it was good, even without taking my cholesterol. She said, Bob, if you have a stroke, I'll put you in a nursing home and give Mia away. He said, he told her to make sure Mia went to a good home. So when Bobby said he was scared, he was more scared of the nursing home, not dying. He knew he was burning the candle at both ends because everyone told him so, even Linda's aunt. He left us too soon, but he was doing what he enjoyed. Bobby was passionate about donating his body to medical science so that the interns could learn from his body. He planned this service today, music and all. He's looking down on us right now saying, wow, I do have a lot of friends. Yes, Bobby, you do. Bobby accepted Jesus Christ as his personal Savior on April the 16th, 1961, when he was just 10 years old. He loved God, and through his work at the funeral home, he was serving God by being such a loving and caring person. He told me he would cry with the families and comfort them, and he told me people loved him for that. That's all he wanted out of life, was to be loved and to share his love with everyone. I'm going to miss our little brother. I love him so much. This is not a goodbye, Bobby. It's an I'll see you later, kiddo. In the meantime, rest in peace with your joyous reunion with Mama, Daddy, Tommy, and Denny Wayne.
Thicker than thieves, partners in crime, we did everything together whenever we were together, even double dating, frankly. He was karaoke king and king of the dance floor. Right, ladies? He was so much fun to be around.